Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Alex Thomas here, back with another video for you guys. Today, I'm giving you guys my review and my thoughts on Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, directed and written by James Gunn, starring Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana, Bradley Cooper, Dave Bautista, Vin Diesel, and yeah, I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on this movie. Yeah. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. I just kind of paused there, but let me go ahead and get into my review. If you guys are new to my channel, please hit that like button, please subscribe for more. If you guys enjoy physical media, watch along reviews, trailer reactions, all that type of stuff, you're in the right place. Please hit that like button, please subscribe for more. And let's get into this review, you guys. Let's get it. Let's go. Alright, you guys, like I said, this is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, directed by James Gunn. And basically, this movie starts off after the events of Endgame, and you can throw in Thor: Love and Thunder. The Guardians are going through some things right now. They're setting up their HQ at nowhere, and something tragic happens to Rocket, and the story kind of drifts them on to try to save Rocket, and that's basically the meat of the story. Right off the bat, I'm gonna go ahead and get into the direction. I think James Gunn did a great job directing this movie. I really enjoy the first Guardians of the Galaxy. I think the second Guardians of the Galaxy, it's not a terrible movie, it's not a bad movie, it's enjoyable to watch if you guys got it on in the background. You're not really paying attention to it. I felt like the problem with Guardians 2, it was just a lot of stuff happening that really didn't matter, I guess you could say. But in this movie, some things don't matter, but some things do as well. Like I said, let's go ahead and get into let's go ahead and get into the direction. I think James Gunn did a good job directing this movie. I love the way this movie is shot. The movie looks gorgeous. There's certain camera shots and the way he shot certain scenes. I think he did a great job with that. Let's go ahead and get into the writing. I think he did a decent job with the writing as well. I think some of the jokes land, some of the jokes didn't. I didn't find myself laughing out loud at this movie, but there were certain times where I did chuckle and stuff like that. But I think James Gunn did a good job on both of those fronts. Let's go ahead and get into the performances. I think everyone is great in this movie. I really do. I really enjoyed and liked everybody in this movie. There's not a single person who I did not like in this movie. Well, I might take that back. There's two people in this movie I really didn't enjoy. But, well, I enjoy it. They were okay, but I guess we'll talk about their characters. We'll get into the flaws on that one. But I think everyone was good to a point. Chris Pratt was really good. Zoe Saldana was great. Zoe Saldana as the new Gamora, because you guys didn't watch Endgame. Spoiler if you guys haven't seen Endgame. The Gamora that we see in this movie is the 2014 Gamora, so she hasn't been through any of the events that the Guardians know her of before she died in Infinity War. So it's kind of a whole new perspective on Gamora and Star-Lord's relationship, because of course he misses the girl that he used to be in love with, but this is not the same woman technically. And it brings a lot of comedic beats to it and some heartfelt moments at a point in time. I just love the back and forth between the characters. Like I said, I think Zoe Saldana is really good. Chris Pratt is good again as Star-Lord. Groot is awesome in this movie. There's certain things they do with Groot which I love. I think Groot really is a standout in this movie. But really, this movie, it's a Rocket movie. It really is a Rocket Raccoon movie. We get kind of the origin of Rocket, where he came from, and who created him. And if you guys are if you guys don't like animal cruelty and things like that, you guys are gonna be upset with this movie. You might cry at this movie. But yeah, I think all the stuff with Rocket was great. I think all the flashback stuff was really good as well. It kind of threw me off at some points, but it kept cut back a little bit, but I thought all the flashback stuff was good. Yeah, I thought all the characters, I think Drax was good as well. Drax was not irritating this movie. Mantis was really good. I like their banter back and forth. Nebula really surprised me in this movie. She's given a decent amount of stuff to do in this movie. She kind of the one that kind of is like, it's weird because she, you know who she is, but yeah, she's given a lot to do in this movie as well, and I like Nebula in this movie for real. Let's go ahead and talk about the villain. Yeah, I thought the villain was okay to a point. You understand where he's coming from when it comes to what he wants to do, his motivations, and it gets to a point where he starts just screaming at people because things aren't going his way, and then he becomes an irritating villain. But I thought the actor was fine in the role, but to me, it's another MCU villain that's probably gonna get forgotten about. You know, I remember when I saw him in the trailer, I was like, "Who is this guy? I don't even know who this is." But you know, I think like I said, I think the actor was fine, but this is going to be another villain which we don't remember who he is. Let's go ahead and get into another character which I feel like was not very utilized. Of course, he was teased at the post-credit scene of Volume 2, and that is Adam Warlock, who is played by Will Poulter. And once I heard Will Poulter was cast as Adam Warlock, I'm like, oh, that's interesting. I think he's a pretty decent actor. And when you see screenshots and then you see him in the trailer, it's like, oh, he looks really good as the character. Now, do they portray him well in the character? In the movie? I really don't think so. The way he is in this movie is not what you expect. And I don't know if talking about him specifically will go into spoilers. That's why I'm trying to keep my comments a little vague. But after thinking it over, I really don't like what they did with his character. And they kind of give him like a redeemable thing towards the end, which it's cool, but did he really earn that? I don't know. I don't think so. Like I said, I think Will Poulter was decent in the role, but the way he was portrayed and written, I wasn't really a big fan of that either. Even his storyline, the reason why he comes about and stuff like that, I really wasn't really a fan of all that stuff. What this movie really does great is with our core characters, the Guardians, and what they have to go through throughout their journey in this movie. I think everyone works spectacular in this movie. Of course, you have your music in this movie, and there's certain music beats that are kind of don't fit with the scene that's happening. At least I think so. But of course, you got your music. You know, you got the certain playlist that you always have with these movies. Yeah, I think the Guardian score is good in this movie as well. Like I said, there's one shot in this movie, and everyone's probably going to talk about this scene. It's like they're fighting in this corridor where they're fighting these monsters like from Dead Space, and oh my god, it's a great like one shot like action sequence that all the Guardians are fighting each other. Is dope. Even like Star-Lord and Groot has like a confrontation with some guys, and it's a great scene as well. I think the action in this movie is really spot on. Like there's a scene where they have to break into a place, and I think that whole sequence is pretty cool too. You know, I love the way it's certain shot. You know, I love the way it's shot. There is some cameos in this movie for certain actors. You guys probably know who they are when you see them in the movie. And yeah, I think overall, I think James Gunn did a decent job with this movie. Now, the question is, does this movie put the MCU back in the right direction? I don't know. I have to probably watch it again to see if I have my thoughts on it. It's a good movie though. To me, it's a good movie. I gave it a 4 out of 5 on Letterboxd. I probably, when we do our spoiler talk, I don't know if my score is going to change, but I walked out of it enjoying it. I thought it was a good movie. I think James Gunn did a decent job with the direction and the writing. I think the cast of characters are great. Like I said, I think the movie is great with the characters doing what they're doing. And Rocket, to me, this is Rocket's movie. I think Rocket's story was the standout out of everything that was going on in this movie. And I think Zoe Saldana was good. Chris Pratt was good. I think everyone was good in this movie. So yeah, that's just my thoughts and my review of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. If you guys have seen it, let me know what your thoughts is in the comment section below. Are you a fan of the Guardians franchise? Let me know in the comment section below. And I'm out on this one, you guys. Peace out.